make money, money, make money, money, money.
Before Calvin Courdosa Roudus would change his name to that of Snoop Doggy Dogg and then later Snoop Dogg, before he briefly changed his name to that of Snoop Lion and later Snoop Zilla, neither of which really ever caught on. Before Snoop Dogg would collaborate with everyone from Swizz Beatz, Kanye West, John Legend, Wiz Khalifa to Willie Nelson and Katy Perry. Before Snoop Dogg picked up an AVN award for top selling porno of the year for his work as a producer on Doggy Style. Before he appeared in films like Half Baked, Training Day, Starsky and Hutch and Old School.
Snoop! Snoop a loop! Snoop! No, it's cool, I'm cool. Bring your green hat, let's go!
Snoop Dogg got his first taste of the limelight performing in his church choir. He also got his first job bagging groceries, but he wanted to become a rapper. He also had some talent because the guy was a high school legend. But it wasn't until a family member of famed NWA member Dr. Dre hooked the two up, and all of a sudden Snoop Dogg, well, he became Dr. Dre's right-hand man. Snoop debuted on Dr. Dre's 1992 multi-platinum The Chronic, performing on more than half the album. Snoop followed this success with the release of his own album titled Doggy Style, and that would go on to be the best-selling rap album of the time. But all this success, it nearly vanished as quickly as it came because the man was facing 25 years in prison on murder charges. My name is Michael McCrudden, and welcome to Before They Were Famous, documenting the life of Snoop Dogg prior to fame, here for you on Before They Were Famous. Now, you guys requested this video a whole long time ago. I'm glad I'm finally getting it done. As always, be sure to let me know in the comments down below who you want me to document next, and I'll be sure to go through all your suggestions and get as many done as I can in the new year. Alright, let's get back to this video.
Perfection is perfected, so I'ma let them understand from this young G's perspective. And before me digging a trick, I have to find a contraceptive.
Snoop Dogg was born Calvin Cordozar Broadus on October 20th, 1971 in Long Beach, California. The second of three sons, he was named Calvin Cordozar Broadus Jr. after his stepfather. His mother named Beverly Tate, his father Vernal Fernando, who was a Vietnam veteran, a singer, and a mail carrier who left the family when Snoop was only 3 months old. Now clearly this wasn't a welcome departure by the mother, with her going on to name the boy after his stepfather. Now young Snoop, he loved watching a certain television show so much, that's where he got his nickname from. In fact, I'll let him tell the story.
Well, when I was a kid in the 70s, I used to watch a show called Charlie Brown, and there was a certain character on there that I used to love so much, and my mother said I started to look like him because I watched him so much.
He is a first cousin to R&B singer Brandy and Ray J, also to WWE professional wrestler Sasha Banks, and future collaborator Nate Dogg. A DNA test read by George Lopez on Lopez Tonight, well, it concluded that Snoop is of 71% African descent, 23% Native American, and 6% European. By the age of 10, young Snoop began singing and playing piano with the Golgotha Trinity Baptist Church, and by the 6th grade, he decided he would try his hand at rap. Now this is something he would continue to do all the way through high school, and he was quite good at it. He gained for himself a reputation as being one of the best up-and-comers in Long Beach. He had a high school sweetheart by the name of Shantae Taylor, the woman he would go on to marry in 2004. They would divorce for a short time, only renew their vows, and together they have 3 children. Throughout high school, where he was enrolled at Long Beach Polytechnic High, Snoop tried his hand at employment and worked bagging groceries at a local shop known as Lucky's. But this wasn't paying the bills, so he decided to get into drug dealing. Now he spent 3 years going in and out of prison. He was associated with the Crips in a gang known as the 20 Rollin' Crips, and he got arrested several times for drug possession. At the age of 18, he sold to an undercover cop and landed himself in prison for a full year. Then one night, his family home was shot up and a bullet hit the wall just above his mother's head. Now around this time, Snoop realized that his life was going down a dark and dangerous path, so he decided to take his music a little more seriously. He also managed to graduate from high school. In 1990, he formed a group called 213, representing the area code for Long Beach. This was formed with his cousin Nate Dogg, Little Half Dead, and friend Warren G, who was a stepbrother to Dr. Dre, who at the time had blown up with NWA. 213 began to record underground tapes, and Warren G would plead with Dr. Dre to give them a listen. Then one night at a house party, he got his opportunity, and as soon as Dr. Dre heard Snoop Dogg's droll gangster delivery, well, he knew he had to meet with this rapper. Dre and Snoop quickly began to work together on the single Deep cover for the movie the same name. By the time Dre started recording The Chronic, Snoop was his right-hand man, performing on more than half the album. Now The Chronic, it was a smashing success, and everyone wanted to hear about this new character known as Snoop Doggy Dogg, so that's when the two headed into the studio under Death Row Records and they began to produce Doggy Style. Now this was one of the most anticipated rap records in history and became the first debut album to enter the charts at #1. Songs like What's My Name and Gin and Juice became party anthems across the country, and Snoop Dogg, well, he quickly became a household name.
With so much drama in the LBC, you're trying to harm me and Snoopy on double G.
But before this album hit shelves, Snoop Dogg, he was arrested and charged as an accomplice to murder for the death and drive-by shooting of Philip Woldermarian, a man who was shot by Snoop Dogg's bodyguard in self-defense as he was allegedly stalking Snoop. Snoop stood trial in LA, where it was concluded in February of 1996 with both Snoop and his bodyguard being acquitted of all charges. Then he went back to work as quickly as possible with Dr. Dre as his producer on his follow-up album known as The Dog Father. And the rest of the story, well, you know the story because this is Before They're Famous. My name is Mike McCrudden. Thanks for checking out my channel. Be sure to subscribe. Also be sure to browse around because I've done biographies on a lot of rappers. I've also done comedians, I've done YouTubers, I've done porn stars. Yeah, there's something for everyone. So be sure to browse around, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And as always, be sure to let me know in the comments down below who you want me to document next. Alright, bye. For shizzle, my nizzle.
Your little brizzles off the hizzle. What's up with you, Soap? Yeah, Dizzle. I'm about to bounce to the spizzle and get a 40 izzle. Then I'll be at my baby mizzles. You feel what I'm sizzle?
Let's show.